Mini Talon 752, which is what got all this mess started, has now been returned to Dragon Link control and telemetry. I just had disconnected the wire that connects the RSSI and the channel 1 for the S-Bus from this. It was simple as hooking it back up. And the wiring, of course, was fine. So now that's 750, and 752 both check out perfectly now on Dragon Link. Got one more to check. And this is how 752 looks on the ground station. It's 1.49K. Like I say, I find anything 1K and above workable. So far so good. And I tell you what, this connection seems to be pretty good. I've gone in and compared files on the hard drive and such, and found that it just doesn't seem to have any runs, any hits, or any errors. It just works. Uh-oh. Now I'm saying that. So that's the one, like I say, that got all this started, 752. I switched it over to Crossfire. Now the Crossfire has been removed. In only 3 days, the Crossfire was removed, and the Dragon Link was connected back up. I do have one more platform to check. Got the two mini Talons, 750 and 752, that use Dragon Link, and then I've got the mini Skyhunter also that uses Dragon Link. Now, because my wiring and everything was correct all along, this should be a very easy fix. Just plug into this USB right here and step this back to the 2020 firmware. Just a little bit of configuring and done. Well, I have to test it. Okay, it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. Never is. It was hard to get a connector on that. Last time I got a connector on there, I just lifted the whole thing up and then glued it back down. So I had to take just a wee bit of foam out of the wing right there, and I think that's going to work for me. Yeah, buddy, that worked fine. I'll get it programmed up, and then I can take that little pigtail back off. And this is really easy for me. First thing my understanding is to do is to reset hardware to factory settings anytime you flash the firmware. I'm probably doing things here I don't need to. Like I'm going to give the receiver a hard reboot, although I think it restarts itself. But I know when I power it down and back up, it got a full cold boot. So now then, I can actually go in to configure it. And like I say, for me, this is just simple stuff. Let's go to just nothing so my failsafe will work. We'll use S-Bus on the first channel. We'll set this one back to channel 7, analog. No, there's nothing connected there. Serial in, serial out, clear to send, request to send. That's it. I always just set it for 12 channels. It probably slows down my throughput, but save settings, general settings. I do drop this down to 500 just to, no sense in it being at all that. And radio modems, RD57600, Mavlink decoding. My understanding is you turn it off. Save settings. Pretty Pretty straightforward, isn't it? We're ready to test. Next quick test before we go any further. Go back into the receiver with the radio turned on, transmitter turned on, and the flight controller and the whole platform fired up. And let's see if we have communications between the receiver and the flight controller. Ooh, 1159. They say anything above 900 is cool. I'll take that. So that proves that. Now all we have to do is plug in the USB cable from the Dragon Link transmitter to the workstation. Throw up Mission Planner. Unplug that. Now we have the one that is the true one. And you see we now have link quality and getting parameters. So that's all three of the platforms that were here that are on Dragon Link. I have that one other receiver that's kind of spare that I'll make up that little pigtail with, that I can play with the Wi-Fi module when and if it comes down to that. You know, like I say, if this works with this flying the way this is, fine with me. So that's everything checked out on the Mini Skyhunter. That's it. I have 11 or 12 planes ready to go. All of them checked out wonderfully. I was having my surgery last week and stuff, except for the Dragon Link ones, and now we've corrected the problem with the Dragon Link ones. So, well, haven't totally corrected the problem, but we've got to work around that. I'm completely ready to push the other to the back burner. Someday maybe it'll work. I'll find somebody who has a system the same. I'll take my radio and my platform to their ground station and see if they can hook to it with their Wi-Fi, and we'll see what happens. That's the kind of back burner I'm going to do it with. Who knows? We'll talk about that later. All right, guys. Thanks a lot.